That emotional openness comes from having nothing to hide and everything to celebrate. What would be your first activity in a place like this? Just look at that confidence that makes you feel like you can conquer the world. This is the level of authenticity we should all aspire to reach. Can you imagine letting go of all your worries and simply being yourself? The real adventure isn't the destination. It's the journey you make toward your own freedom. Did you know there's a difference between looking good and radiating natural magnetism? This is the power of living, without complexes or mental limitations. Here, paradise isn't just a place, it's the reflection of personal security. Because that serenity isn't a luxury, it's a natural state you can recover when you decide. Just look at how that natural confidence is reflected in every gesture of those who walk on these sands. That's the security that's felt for miles, without needing words. What would your most confident and secure self do if they were on this beach? Answer in the comments. Here, each person seems to tell a story of freedom and adventure. Did you see that person who walked by with an effortless, seductive energy? Do you remember that time when your intuition about people was so accurate that you seemed to read hearts? That's the carefreeness that's felt when you live on your own terms. Did you see how people walk with a lightness that invites you to fly? This is the transformative power of living without complexes or mental limitations. Did you see how the breeze enhances that natural elegance that takes your breath away? True luxury is freedom. Because that mental peace you see isn't a coincidence. It's the reward of someone who has decided to live without complications. In the afternoon traffic, everyone curses the lost time. But here, every second is an investment in happiness. Because the beauty here is a life lesson. Because a change in mindset is the first step toward a fuller life. That's the difference between existing and truly making the most of life. You can't help but notice the natural elegance that radiates from every person under the sun. Tell me in the comments, what's the most striking thing about a place like this to you? Incredible how the sun caresses these beaches where people live without worries. Life is much better when you are your own priority. Here, every step is an affirmation of freedom and authenticity. Share in the comments. True luxury is mental peace. You can't help but notice how the environment brings out the best in each person. What would be the soundtrack of your life if you lived here? You can't help but notice how that tropical elegance completely captivates your gaze. Because once you try this beach lifestyle, there's no going back. That digital disconnection is what allows a real connection with yourself and your essence. People live with a carefreeness that makes you want to put down the phone. Pure natural elegance. Look at the freedom with which that person walks along the shore, without any hurry. Can you imagine waking up and your only plan being to live with total carefreeness? You can't help but notice how people here walk with a style that captivates. That level of security isn't bought. It's earned when you decide to live on your own terms. Incredible how confidence can be so magnetic in a person. What would you do if you had this radiant confidence every day of your life? What would you do to bring this mindset of peace and freedom to your daily life? Comment below. What place in the world would you choose to start living like this? Living without fear of being yourself is the purest form of beauty. This is exactly the kind of destination you need to bookmark for your next adventure. Here, the only concern is deciding what time to enjoy the next sunset. Because that ability to love without fear that you see isn't a memory. It's a skill you can reactivate. Can you imagine regaining that capacity to dream awake that you had when life was more colorful? Can you imagine the story each person here has to tell? Tell me in the comments, what would be your first activity in a place like this? Did you notice the way people move here? With a freedom that hypnotizes? You can't help but notice how the environment brings out the best in each person. While your alarm steals your sleep, here people wake up when their soul decides, with a natural confidence. What's that travel dream you have in mind that resembles this paradise? This is proof that that personal magnet you long for so much is still working. It just needs to be genuinely activated. This place teaches you that serenity is the best accessory. This is the magic of a place that allows you to be who you really are, without masks. This is the result of living without fear of what others will say. This is the true meaning of living without comparisons. Do you remember when your biggest concern was deciding how to enjoy a perfect day off? While your smartphone keeps you addicted to networks, here, the real connection is with nature and yourself. In the shopping center, everyone looks for happiness in stores, but here it's found for free in every smile. That tranquility is the result of living without ties, of being the owner of your own time. Imagine changing your agenda plans for the simple pleasure of a sunset. What would your most confident and secure self do if they were on this beach? Did you notice all the details that make this paradise the perfect escape from stress? The answer will reveal exactly where you need to direct your life. They move with a security that disarms you. Incredible how the sunlight highlights a silhouette that moves with total elegance. Did you notice the way people move here? With a freedom that hypnotizes? Observe how each connection here seems to flow with that same ease we used to have for creating genuine bonds. It's a tranquility that inspires you to leave the stress of the city behind. Did you notice how the sun accentuates that person's confidence? This is the elegance of a lifestyle that celebrates authenticity. Here, people don't just walk, they radiate a freedom that inspires you to be more yourself. Look at how every smile here seems to spring from that same source of pure, uncontaminated joy. It's impossible not to see the grace that dazzles in every movement. Tell me, what's stopping you from adopting this relaxed attitude in your daily life? Life is much better when you are your own priority. In the parking lot, everyone fights for the best spot, but here, every corner is perfect for those who know how to live. Because that ability to create timeless moments is still your most beautiful and underrated gift. That comfort is something that's earned over time, when you give yourself permission to be. Paradise is a mindset that makes you feel complete. Because true rest is a mindset that changes your life. Would you dare to live with the same authenticity that's felt in this place? Because the music has the power to transport us to special places and moments. Tell me what caught your attention the most for when you plan your escape. You can't help but notice how each person here feels like the master of their own destiny. Can you imagine completely disconnecting in a place where every day is lived like this? Pure confidence. Life is much simpler when you stop seeking perfection. The stress of daily life stays in traffic, but the peace that's breathed here is felt in every smile. While your agenda has you running from one place to another, here the only haste is to reach inner peace. That level of security isn't bought. It's earned when you decide to live on your own terms. That's the freedom that's felt when you live in a place like this. It's an elegance that disarms you. You can't help but notice how people here walk with a style that captivates. In the end, the best version of yourself is the one that isn't afraid to be seen. This is what someone who has truly freed themselves from all masks looks like. Life is much simpler when you let happiness guide you. Look at that tranquility that people radiate when they don't have to prove anything to anyone. Comment below. What small change would you make today? What would you do differently if you knew you had the power to transform yourself so radically? That joy is a reflection of their total mental freedom. This is confirmation that that inner home you long for so much is still waiting for you with open arms. In the psychologist's office, everyone looks for answers, but here answers come on their own when you're silent. Life here is the best version of yourself. Do you remember when your presence was so luminous that people felt better just by being near you? The noise of the city is replaced by the sound of seagulls. Write to me. Would you dare to live with this total freedom you see here? Did you see the tropical elegance that hypnotizes in every person who passes by? It's an attitude that's only achieved when you stop seeking others' approval. Tell me in the comments, What attracts you most to this beach lifestyle? Here, people don't just relax, they live with a freedom that inspires anyone.